So we're headed into the holidays. It's either the best of times or it can be the hardest of times for some people. One of the biggest challenges we have throughout the year is the holiday season, especially when it comes to our money and our finances. I know a lot of people will spend so much money during the holiday season that their main New Year's resolution is to get out of debt, specifically the debt that they spent all throughout the holidays. And so here we are right in the middle of the holidays in 2022, and I want to share with you 5 tips to help you stay out of debt. And hopefully these are tips that you can use all throughout the year, but I'm going to share with you five tips that I've used over the years to help save myself money during the holiday season and to stay out of debt as much as possible. I personally don't use credit cards, and I don't have any credit card debt right now, and I don't plan to ever get any. So here are the 5 tips, and make sure you watch to the end so that you don't miss any of them. My name is Paris Clough, and this is Financial Self-Reliance. I absolutely love helping people manage, protect, and grow their money. And in this video, we're going to do a little bit of manage and protect, because you don't want to overspend. That's protecting yourself against yourself so that you can keep your finances and keep your money in order. One of the first things that I highly suggest and highly recommend that you do is go back over the last several years of your Christmas budgets, your holiday budgets, whether it's Christmas, whether it's been Thanksgiving, whatever it is, go back over the last several years and kind of get an idea of how much you typically spend in a December. And one of the things I would do is I would set that as a goal. Starting in January, I would set aside money in what are called sinking funds every year to help you build up your cash flow throughout the year so that when December hits, you already have the money saved. So tip number 1 is find a way to save that money throughout the year so that in December, when you're hitting the Christmas season, you're not going to be overwhelmed. You already have money already saved up, already in your savings account, ready to go, ready to spend, so that you're not getting into debt any further. So that's something that I would highly recommend do. And that's what I did this last year. And I've got already several $1,000s set aside for Christmas this year, which I'm pretty excited about. And we're thinking about ways to spend it. And obviously we got the gifts coming in, the presents coming in, but the gift ideas coming in, but we're already planned. We already saved money throughout the whole year to be able to be prepared for and be ready for December and the holiday season, Christmas season. So the next tip I would say is, especially if you have a large family and a lot of siblings or even a lot of children, is fix a budget and stick to it. So for example, if you have 5 kids like I do, you don't want to spend $500 on each one of them, because before you know it, you're $3,000 or $4,000 into this thing. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that each child has a reasonable list. Let them know, set the expectation up front that, hey, this is the budget this year for each person. And so if you get one gift that fills up that budget, that's one gift. If you get 3 or 4 gifts or ideas that you've given us and we can buy 3 or 4 things with that amount of money, that's the amount of money that we're going to be able to work with for you for this year. And the other thing too is that, especially if you have a lot of relatives, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, and all those types of things, go in on a deal with them. I'm sure they don't want to spend a bunch of money and get into debt either. So make sure that you work with them on a budget as well. The third tip I would say is that a lot of people really nowadays are doing a lot of crafts. There's a lot of do-it-yourself things that you can do. And one thing that I've noticed is that if I have a child that gives me a gift that they've made, some of the most precious things that I've ever received from my children are gifts that they made at school with their teachers, or gifts that they made at church with their teachers there, and they brought those homes and they gave me those gifts. Some of those gifts are some of the ones that I've held on to for the longest and or created the most fondest memories from. Not necessarily, obviously everybody wants to get a nice fancy gift with with a nice price tag on it, but honestly, some of the most valuable gifts I've ever received are those gifts that really had a lot of hard work and effort put into them, and they were made or created. So maybe an idea for you to save some money this year, it would not be spend a ton of money, but to buy some materials and then craft a bunch of amazing things for people. One of the most precious gifts, and it hangs in my house today, was a gift that was given to me by a friend of mine who is a woodworker, and he crafted a gift, and it says "Holiness to the Lord." And I'm a Christian man. I love the Lord very, very much. And that gift it hangs in my house, and it will always hang in my house. And it was something that he made and he created. He didn't have to spend a lot of money on it, and that is a very precious gift to me. So craft something. If you're good at crafting, craft something, make something, and give that as a gift instead of going out and spending a bunch of money on something. The fourth tip I want to give you is something that I've done throughout the years at different work environments and different church organizations where we want to have a Christmas party, and what we have is kind of like a secret Santa or a gift exchange. And so gift exchanges and secret Santas can be fantastic because you can set a limit, $10, $20, whatever it is, and then you can have that be something that you do for your friends or your coworkers. Hey, just you and your best friends or whoever you hang out with the most, say, hey, look, don't spend a bunch of money on me this year. Let's just do a gift exchange and keep it around $20 each. That way you're not spending a bunch of money. And that way, especially if you're group of people, what you do is if there's 10 or 15 friends, each one of you gets somebody else. And that way everybody gets a gift, but you don't have to get a gift for everybody. Does that make sense? So if you have 10 friends and you all gift exchange, everybody gets a gift in that group of friends, but you don't have to then go out and buy 10 gifts for each one of them. And then they have to buy 10 gifts for all their friends. I mean, you see how the circle goes? So it actually helps your friends save a lot of money. In fact, I think this might be a gift you'll give somebody if you do this, is give them the gift of not getting into debt themselves as well. Give your friends and yourself good financial literacy habits by not getting into debt and going into debt, by buying a bunch of stuff, by having some of these ideas where you can all kind of get frugal and save money and do something fun and different, and see how that helps save you some money this year, this holiday season. What do you do? What are some of the things that you've done over the years to help save yourself some money as you've gone through the holiday season? With Thanksgiving and all the holiday parties, and then Christmas, and you have brothers and sisters, and you have kids, and you have aunts and uncles, and you have moms and dads, and you have grandmas and grandpas. Of all the things that you do to save money, what are some of the biggest tips and best tips that you've done? Put it in the comments below. I'd love to know what you're doing out there, and then I'm going to share with you what my family has done for the last several years every Christmas, and it's been a blast. It's actually a really inexpensive way for my whole family to get together and do things. So before I hit the 5th tip though, I just want to kind of rehash on the first 4 tips. Number 1, get some sinking funds together, save up, get an idea of what you spend every December, set that as a savings goal, start in January, and then save every month. Break that down into a monthly allotment of saving up every month so that you already have the money set up for that in December. Number 2, stick to a budget. Allot certain dollar amounts per child, per parent, per person that you're going to stick to, and don't go over it no matter what. The third thing was get creative. Make a craft. Do something that you can make. Make something for somebody else. Don't go buy something. Go make something and see if that gives more value, and see how well received that gift is. And fourth was the gift exchange / Secret Santa. All right, now the 5th tip, that what my family's been doing for the last several years. So just to give you an idea, I have my mom and dad, and then they had 7 kids. And so my brother has 4 kids. I have 5 kids. My sister has a kid, and my other sister married, and they have their own kid now. So as you can imagine, we're looking at maybe 20-ish, easily 20 plus people. That's an expensive Christmas just there. And I mean, and that's just gifts for them. So what we decided to do, and our whole family decided on this because we recognize the reality of staying frugal, being frugal, keeping ourselves financially literate and financially sound, and doing things right. So we created what's called an ugly ornament exchange. And we do it in a white elephant type scenario where we all get together and we all buy the ugliest ornament that you can imagine. And sometimes the ornaments are cute and sometimes they're fun. But some of these ornaments, oh my gosh, they've been some of the ugliest things you've ever seen in your life. We'll get it together, they'll package it, they'll wrap it up, they'll put it all in the middle. So we all gather around this big pile of presents that are all legitimate ornaments. And they're $5 to $10 if that. Some of them are $3 or $4. You got a pile of ugly ornaments wrapped in the center of all of us. And then we all draw a number depending on how many people are there. And there's usually around 20 something people. So we all draw a number and we go in order of the number. So number 1 goes first, and number 2 second, number 3, so on. And so the first person who goes basically picks an ornament, unwraps it, and shows it to everybody. The second person that goes can either take that ornament or open up a new one and have a surprise for all of us, and so on and so on. And you can we end up having a ton of fun. We steal ornaments from each other. We open up new ornaments. We have a great time. It's a blast. It's one of the most fun parties that we have as a family. In fact, even amongst all the parties I go to for Christmas, that's probably one of the most fun parties to go to and to be a part of and have that experience. We just laugh. We have a great time. And it only costs us, $3 or $4 per person to be able to participate in the ugly ornament exchange, because every person brings one so that everybody goes home with one. And so it's been a fantastic way to save money in my family, and I hope that will give you maybe some new ideas for you to help you save money with your family and be frugal and be wise with your money, because you don't want to go into 2023 laden with debt and have a bunch of credit card debt that you have to now pay off and worry about. Instead of using your money to pay off credit card debt of things you already spent, why don't next year we save up money and we spend money that we already have in savings for our Christmas gifts and for our holiday gifts, and find fun ways to save money and be frugal and have entertainment. It's the memories. It's time with family that can be more valuable than any gift that you can purchase or buy at a store in many cases. So remember that. And it's a mental game, especially during the holidays. What do the marketers want you to do? Spend your money on their stuff. They want you to go spend thousands and thousands of dollars in Christmas. Let's turn Christmas around. Let's bring it back to what it should be, and let's give gifts that are meaningful and thoughtful and have more experiences and more memories than dollars spent. I hope you got a lot out of this video. If you missed the last video I produced, you can catch it here. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel up here and check out this video. YouTube things you might like. Until the next one, have a fantastic day, stay frugal, and stay money-minded.